Hello, everyone tuning in. You are listening to the Unprofessionalism podcast. A couple of high schoolers pretty much talking about whatever they want, you know? So today, we got Colin, myself, Ben, and Ajesh. Everyone introduce yourself. I'm Ben.
Hey, I'm Colin. John, it's 1 a.m. is normal because we never plan ahead and do it too late.
Namaste. I'm Ajesh. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pleasure.
All right,
It's
so,
going to be interesting.
Our first topic of the night. Do you want to start off with what time
Okay.
we usually eat dinner?
Okay, so-
How about that?
All right,
So-
Okay.
I'll kick this one off. So, for the longest time that I've known you guys, I always caution and I always gripe upon the fact that white people eat dinner early. Because y'all eat, like, supper starting around 5 p.m.
Wow, okay.
And I don't understand it. Like, what's the logic in it?
Wow, that's racist. No, JK. No,
Did you really just say JK,
at least my
JK
family.
on our podcast?
Yes.
All right, what's your point?
I picked up Andy's idiosyncrasies, but he was gonna be on this podcast, but he had to go because like it's too late at night. I eat dinner usually around 6 o'clock to 6:30, and even then, yeah, I think that's a pretty solid time, you know.
Yeah, that's I eat dinner at the same time. I eat dinner at like.
Wow. Okay, Colin. Okay, Mister.
Like-
Okay, it's 9:30. Time to order some Chick-fil-A.
Okay, on a normal day, on a normal like non-COVID time, I would probably eat dinner at 6:30. Lately, I kind of just eat whenever I wake up, and then I eat some like a full meal at like midnight, and then sometimes
that
I
is fair. I mean,
DoorDash.
like, yeah, at least I've been waking up later too. You
Mhm.
know, like kind of like 6 hours later
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, I woke up at like 2 p.m. today,
So,
probably.
nah, I know what you're talking about. So like midnight is like sort of like 6 p.m. set back to 6
I
hours.
woke up at like 12:30
Yeah.
today. My day starts when I wake up. I always believe that, and then I eat. But now lately I've been eating later. I've always eaten dinner late around like 8:30 to 10:30. But like I eat dinner at midnight, and like I don't understand how you could eat earlier in the day. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's unfathomable.
I mean, especially with this COVID thing, where it's like I'm waking up later and stuff like that. I don't really have a schedule, I just kind of eat whenever I'm hungry. Like I'll wake up at maybe like anywhere but like, let's say I wake up at 8 one day, then like, yeah, I'll eat food at 8. And then some days I'll eat food at 11 a.m. If I wake up then. And then my lunch and dinner just kind of get offset depending on when I wake up,
I meant like. Mm-hmm.
That could be. I mean, I think it's a difference between like a 12 p.m. lunch or like a 3
Okay,
p.m.
that's
lunch.
fair.
And that offsets dinner too.
I always eat lunch on like say it's a regular school day. I eat lunch when I get home.
Oh, that's Najesh cutting out.
Over Discord, I meant. So over on a regular school day, I eat lunch when I get home, because that's when I'm hungry. That's why. So
That's
naturally, I
interesting.
eat dinner late as well. But when
No, but on a school day?
but on a regular day, I don't understand how people eat dinner at like 5, because of course you're gonna be hungry later at night. That's why you invented the midnight snack.
My question is, when do you eat a heavy snack during school though? When we had school?
Sometimes I'm rarely hungry during school. I sometimes bring a snack just in case.
Because it's like that's surprising. Because like I wake up at 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. During the school year. It's like by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, like I'm hungry. All right.
See, here's the thing.
Yeah,
As a child who was every Sunday morning, I wake up for church around like 8:45, and then I don't eat until like 12 because I have to wait until service is over. I'm used to not eating until like way later.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I've always eaten like. I used to eat normal amount of meals, eat at normal times, but then everyone went to college and I stopped eating as much, and then this happened. Now I kind of just eat whenever. It's kind of weird, but I
I
don't
think
know.
that's the kind of the schedule for a lot of people at this point. Just eating whenever, DoorDash, convenience.
It was a problem for a pretty long time, but now it's just kind of like whatever. I just eat sometimes. I usually don't eat anything for the first like half of the day, and I eat everything the second half at like midnight.
I usually don't eat during the like middle of the day. Like sometimes I forget because I'm just doing nothing. It's great.
I feel like I really just get hungry while I'm playing video games, which is weird because that's all I really do.
Be hungry
And when
or
I'm
play video
working,
games?
of course. Exactly.
Okay.
Both.
Yo, you know what makes me hungry though? Good old
Fries.
French fries. Yeah, man. You know.
French
We
fries.
got a list going on.
A
Stuff
list
we're gonna talk about.
of all the salts I missed. Oh, that's from Bo Burnham. I'm not a slut shamer.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Okay.
about now.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows.
Who makes the best fries? Who
Everybody
makes
knows
the best fries?
finger food is French
Ooh.
fries.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make a case.
First, to give you guys some context, we live like in the Northeast, of the United States of America. So fast food may differ, depending where you are. You know.
Yeah, but like we never had like. I mean, some of us have never had like In-N-Out, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr.'s.
Yeah, that's what I'm that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't even know Jack in the Box was a thing.
All right. So, I think when we all think about French fries, we all think about the first thing that comes to our minds is McDonald's. Am I correct in assuming that?
I mean, yeah, they're like kind of like the flagship, staple fast food joint.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the McDonald's is probably like the biggest.
Or at least well
Place
known,
around the
most well
world.
known.
I think it's one of the largest fast food places in the entire world. Like it's all like, I've never been to a country where I haven't seen it except for Iceland. But like Iceland is
I mean,
empty.
you can't go wrong with McDonald's French fries. I like how
Yeah,
every
I
single
had
time,
some
like,
today. I got a Big Mac.
You got a Big Mac,
Like,
nice. But I think everyone remembers in like health class, freaking every person that came to talk about like driving was like, "Do you know French fries are the number one food killer in food related car accidents?" That's the first thing I think of whenever I think of McDonald's French fries.
Wow,
Why
I
don't you
really.
just make an invention that like shoves the French fries into your mouth? Like a helmet or a hat.
I always have not paid attention in health class.
It just
so I don't
scoops the
remember
French
that.
fries into your mouth.
That has to be a
That'd be
thing.
great. I wish, like, I gotta say, French
Dude,
fries.
I'll make it. I'll 3D print it.
French fries from McDonald's are good, but they're not like S tier.
Okay,
I don't even know if I call them A tier.
alright, so my like absolute top French fries, it's kind of controversial, I think, but it's Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A fries, man.
Oh, they're good.
Chick-fil-A has some solid fries.
They're solid. Yeah, they're waffle fries, and waffle fries are great. They have good texture, but I don't think they're the best tasting fries. I guess
I'm not
I'd
even the
say.
biggest fan of waffle fries, but I just love their fries. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not either, but Chick-fil-A's are good.
It's good. It's like they're not super crispy, but they're also not like super
Yeah.
soggy. You know?
Depends on when you get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like perfect. They're like perfect. You know.
One thing about fast food is you have to know when to pick up the food, because during the day it's just sitting there. During the night, sometimes it's ready. You know, they make it fresh. It depends on where you go. Chick-fil-A, if you go there at night,
Yeah.
During rush hour, they'll just like make it in bulk.
Well, you can tell which fast food places are made to order. It's actually interesting, but all the places that are more expensive and take longer, the food's just better. Like McDonald's feels like it got slapped together. Five Guys or like Freddy's,
you know?
Chick-fil-A, like it's just so good. Even if it is frozen, they do a good job.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Ben.
like, yeah. Realistically, I mean, no offense to those who like care about their job in the fast food industry and like work hard, but a lot of people just don't care, and they like, and the companies like they sort of like they sort of produce their assembly lines in the back, in the kitchen, around that of like making it as simply as possible
Yeah,
and efficiently as possible.
that's a lot of it.
Yeah.
I mean, fast food is just a whole food in general, like retail, like that's just a whole industry that's just not fun.
I was just replying to a text. What I think of whenever I think of like McDonald's food compared to others, McDonald's tastes like McDonald's, but like most other fast food joints, like Wendy's, Five Guys, taste like actual food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
Five Guys fries, like
Five Guys
oh,
fries
wow.
are like second or third on my list. They're so
I
good.
gotta say, Five Guys or Freddy's, they're both the best fries easily. Freddy's are well seasoned.
No,
small.
no.
You could
No, Freddy's is toothpicks. Freddy's are too small. What makes Freddy's fries
Okay.
good are the dipping sauce. You know what I'm saying?
If you shove like 20 of those fries in your mouth, though, it makes up for it.
I was about to say that, you know, you can just like grab, use 3 fingers, just grab like a little bit of fries. These amount of fries, just shove them all in your mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's what I do.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, why do that when you can just like have fries on the bottom of your bag from Five Guys? You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Yeah. Although Five Guys, the problem with that is, you know, it makes everything soggy. You know, that makes the bag soggy. That's kind of a downside
How
to that.
oily is
but,
your
you know,
Five Guys?
It's good to
Jeez.
have some like. Oh no, it genuinely does. The fries make
Dude,
make the bag soggy.
Yeah, it's the Five Guys bags are always like
Overflowing.
red. They always stay
Really?
greasy.
I eat it like immediately. I never notice.
Because they like overflow the container.
Oh, what else is pretty good fries?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Wendy's fries?
I've not had Wendy's enough to give a proper conclusion on that one.
Wendy's fries are just very mediocre.
That's
They're
it.
just not
I always just get their
that
frosty.
good. Like they're fine. They're okay. They're nothing special.
That's exactly what I feel about Wendy's
Yeah.
fries. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything at Wendy's that's like better than everything else. The only thing they have that's special are like their frosties. They're
Baconator
really
fries,
good, but-
however, that's a completely different thing.
Oh my god, Wendy's Baconator fries are ridiculously good.
You know what's
So good.
you know what's
I-
underrated but overrated at the exact same time? Popeyes fries.
What?
Popeyes fries are
Oh.
nuts. I love the
Oh, see,
seasoning.
I've never had Popeyes in my life.
crazy.
I've not had Popeyes fries
What's
either.
up?
I've not had Popeyes
Like enough?
at all. I've never
You've
had.
never had
Popeyes.
I've never had Popeyes.
In general.
I've never had Popeyes or KFC.
I do not eat chicken.
never
Actually,
had Popeyes? Both of you?
No.
No, like I genuinely can't eat
Wait,
chicken.
really?
Oh really?
Is like poultry wrong for you?
Yeah, and it's not. It's not. No. Okay. I can eat chicken, like religiously. Kosher laws. Okay. Just gotta clarify that first. Like I know you're
No, I'm
thinking
not.
about that. All right. Okay. No, but I genuinely get like an allergic reaction to chicken. I don't know why, but I just like yeah.
Interesting. So can you not like, eat like any poultry?
No. Oh yeah.
Have
yeah,
I
turkey included.
never seen you eat chicken before? How have I never pieced that together? That's crazy. Wait, Colin, what's your excuse?
No, it's
Oh, I just haven't eaten there. Like no, I really want
It's
to try
right
it.
there.
Fried chicken seems good.
so
Everyone
pretty much
eat it.
all I
I've
eat
had
is
the Taco
beef
Bell
in
next
terms
to
of
it.
meat.
Okay, that's
Taco Bell is
Taco
good.
Bell's good just because it's cheap. Don't even get me started on Taco Bell.
Okay, Taco Bell's good, but it's like I don't know. Taco Bell's just Taco Bell, you know. Like it's probably good food if you're like.
I was in Taco
high.
Bell one time and I had the worst experience.
Is it the one near us?
Yeah, it's in that area. It's before they remodeled.
Yeah.
You can tell no one cares about their job. It's like McDonald's.
No, yeah.
Like it's the opposite of Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, they're all like my pleasure. They're all super polite.
No,
Taco
at
Bell,
that Taco
not so
Bell, the
much.
tacos were disgusting. All right, I went to get some soda and they were out of syrup and they forgot to give us chips with like the
Okay.
meal. The meal came
I'm gonna
with
tell
Doritos or
you
something.
right now, Colin. Go to Popeyes before KFC. KFC's not that good. KFC's
Popeyes
like
first. I heard that's better.
no, I mean like KFC's
That's
more
what I've heard.
iconic, but like the skin like falls off.
Popeyes just seems better.
Like, it's like oily. Like KFC makes me sick. Popeyes does not. And I have an Indian stomach. Okay, that's what you know is bad.
Yeah.
KFC is like a good for
Yeah,
like a
I
bucket
get
thing.
sick pretty easily when
Mhm.
something's overkill.
Okay.
Popeyes just seems like it's better, like quality and like well seasoned
Oh,
and
you're roasting
stuff.
those. I mean, like it's well seasoned. That's why I like their fries.
I'd rather have a well seasoned chicken and fries than a greasy, crispy one. It's like
Go to
greasy
Popeyes.
and crispy's good, but you gotta go with seasoning first. I gotta go to Popeyes. Maybe I'll go tomorrow.
Yeah, go to Popeyes. What else is really good? Fries. Actually, you know what place is really like mediocre fries? Now that I think about it, Burger King.
Oh, I've never
You've
been there
never
either.
been to Burger King?
Wait,
Oh,
what?
I have like once or twice, but not in like any time I can remember. Like the last time I remember going there, don't even know if I ate anything. It was like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've had a few. I've eaten at Burger King a few times, and it's like I don't remember their fries, which means they're probably mediocre. You know, I just don't remember anything about the
That's
fries.
completely fair. I mean, I only go to Burger King when they're like the only place at a rest stop. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time I would willingly go to
Yeah.
Burger King.
Like if it's there, you
and
know?
nothing else, I will eat there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem that
It's
good.
not like some people swear by Burger King. It's okay. I'm being real with you.
Oh, you know how they're like their burgers are like
Yeah.
flame grilled or whatever? Yeah, yeah. It's only grilled on one side, the other side's painted on.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait,
I heard.
really?
I saw
I,
that.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I don't believe? You know how like Wendy's always markets itself like their patties are always fresh and never frozen? How do you never freeze beef?
Yeah.
They definitely freeze it.
They have to freeze it at least once. It's crazy.
They
I
probably
mean,
do.
Any other place that's really good at fries? Because I can't think about it. I still don't think Freddy's fries are that good. I'm real with you.
I love Freddy's fries just for the seasoning.
Why, it's just salt
Like
and
McDonald's
like,
fries,
seasoning
I've never
is good.
understood the hype. They're kind of bland.
They are. The ones I got were like minimally salted. And it was like, yeah, this place is alright.
I feel like McDonald's fries are overrated though.
They're the classic, you know, they're the benchmark. That's why.
It's true.
Yeah, but you know, fries are typically a food, you know, side dish, you know, while you're eating out. But while you're at home, you know what you're gonna eat? You're gonna eat some goldfish, or maybe not.
That's true.
Maybe you'll eat some Ritz crackers.
Ben, you sound like
So,
Ben, you sound like
I
a
don't know.
news anchor trying to segue like or tease the next topic before a commercial break. That's what you sound like.
I was trying to segue it, but yeah, you put this on the list. All right, what's this about? Goldfish
Okay.
versus Ritz.
Please sponsor us.
The two most icon. No. It's not Ritz. It's Cheezits. That's what it was.
I was wondering that. Okay, this is really
Yeah.
unprofessional, but that is the
That's
point of the
exactly-
podcast.
No, it's called
Unprofessional.
unprofessionalism.
That's our excuse
That's
for being
exactly-
noobs.
Okay, because both of
Yeah.
them are like cheesy and iconic. I don't like Cheez-Its, but I love Goldfish.
What? What?
Why?
Cheez-Its.
Why? Yeah, that's a good question. Why?
Okay, this coming from the person that's never had KFC or Popeyes. I
Okay.
okay,
That's a low
okay,
blow.
but
That's a
I'll
low
answer
blow.
you. Cheez-Its, like, are just there. Like, it's too, like, it tastes like Kraft mac and cheese, you know what I'm saying? Goldfish tastes like good.
Yeah. Well, what I think is that Goldfish, they have you know, a better variety in terms of, you know, the different flavors, but the actual just normal cheese, I think that Cheez-Its have the edge, mainly because of the partially because of the salt. I think that they are on Cheez-Its, you know, and I just think I think the cheese flavor overall is just superior to
If
standard
you're
cheese
looking for
Goldfish.
cheese, eat Cheez-Its. If you're looking for a standard, like, cracker snack, eat Goldfish.
That's true.
Colin, what's your
Yeah.
point?
I see where you're like Goldfish is more like
Yeah,
neutral,
that's it.
you know, more neutral of a snack with a slight cheese flavor.
Colin, what's your
Colin, what do you
yeah?
think?
I want to hear your take.
Colin, get up.
Goldfish and Cheez-Its are really. I don't know. I mean, I have Goldfish right now. It really depends. Goldfish are like a lighter snack than like Cheez-Its, you know? Cheez-Its if you want to like fulfill a craving maybe. Goldfish if you're just hungry.
I have nostalgia for Goldfish. I just think about like preschool when I have Goldfish.
What?
It's weird.
But I think if you're looking for flavor though, Goldfish is like extreme options or whatever they have. It's called.
Oh, like the
extra
multicolored
cheddar.
ones
Oh,
where
yeah,
it's
those
like
are
green
great.
and red.
No. I mean like the flavor blasted. Is it called?
Oh yeah, by the way, this
Yeah.
this podcast is
Yeah.
explicit because I just cursed accidentally. Just censor it out, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah, just throw that in there
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Have you guys ever had like the spicy Cheez-Its?
Oh my god, I love those. Everyone hates me
I
for
think
it
so.
though. Everyone's like,
I
"Why
don't
do
really
you
like
like spicy
food.
food?"
They're not spicy. They're also not good. That's what I think.
I always liked the spicy
I remember
Cheez-Its.
in like middle school, such elementary school, people were like, "Oh my gosh, this is so hot," and I would always be like, "Give me one," and then I just make a straight face while I eat it, which is not hot.
They were not hot. They were hot maybe the first time I ever having them.
I'd rather have Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
But
You know what I'm
I
saying?
ate those all throughout elementary school and every day. Oh, Cheetos are not good.
Really?
I don't like Cheetos at all, man. Especially the spicy ones. Like I don't get the hype.
They're not hype. They're just like a guilty, like bad food. I wouldn't willingly eat them.
Yeah, they're
I don't
just
think. Yeah, I don't think the flavor is like necessarily like a good flavor. You know, of Cheetos.
I
You know?
finish my water. Jesus. Yeah, that's just something I wanted to discuss because I've always been ridiculed
just too
by
artificial,
choosing
like,
Goldfish
powdered.
over Cheezits.
Exactly.
Why? I don't know why. 'Cause both are great.
Cheetos are good though.
I mean, if you're comparing normal cheese, Goldfish and normal Cheez-Its, you know, Goldfish is more of a neutral, like sort of cracker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair point.
that's fair. That's fair.
So, this past week has been kind of kind of eventful for Colin and Ben because of a certain household
Yeah.
buying something.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, nah.
Yeah.
See,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
maybe- what if you're like sitting there eating some Cheez-Its or some Goldfish, and you're like, shoot, I'm out, and you just run over to the convenience store real quick, you know, while you're there, maybe get some milk, whatever, you know, make a run to the convenience store. Shoot, it's nighttime and my headlights are out. What? Yes, that is our segue.
I mean, I
better at these.
tried to like help you out with what I just said. I thought you were just gonna go right into the story, not like
No, I had to be cringe like that. Okay, no, we're talking about a story that happened involving headlights.
unprofessionalism, not
Yeah.
cringe central.
This is-
Like
this
what?
is-
One of my headlights went out.
Yeah, pretty much. One of Colin's headlights went out. No problem. It's just a halogen bulb, you know. So for context, he's got a 2013 Honda Accord. You know,
Pretty basic, normal
So-
car, right? Shouldn't be
standard
too
car. So
complicated.
we look online and lists two models for the standard headlight, either the H11 model or 9006 model. Lists both models online. It has the low beam headlight. You know. So I'm like, hey, Colin, I have some of those in my garage. Just drive over, I'll put them in. You know. So he drives over, right. So we decide, yeah, these no fit.
It did not fit. That was great.
Yeah, because I had the 9006s. What came out of his car were the H11s, and we found out that the mounting design is completely different. All right, so we ran over to Pep Boys really quick, and we saw their prices, and we were like, online it's a quarter of the price. So like, so we clearly distinct that H11s are the right one. All right, and 9006s are the wrong one. Those are the ones that I had, and they did not fit. So Colin goes ahead and orders the 9006s.
Hey, wait. In my defense, I didn't check to see that they were the H11s.
That's
But
not.
we determined that online they
that's
listed
not your
both
defense.
models.
But at least I didn't see 9006 and get them.
Okay, so after that, after he ordered those, I just kind of bought them off of him because like he bought the high-end headlights and they were a good price. So I bought them off Colin, but he got the right ones and we put them in. He also got high beams too. His were kind of getting burned out and they're starting to burn out. You can see them browning. That was a pain in the ass.
Oh,
to
yeah.
To get out just because the frame was in the way.
It's nice and
We
fun.
found out, yeah.
I totally understand how cars work. Yes.
Pretty much the frame was in the way, and
Yeah.
you, like squeeze our hands in there. I had to move like the radiator overflow reservoir out of the way on one side. But we got them in with minimal cuts. But that Colin, why did you order the wrong ones?
I know.
Is that it?
I don't exactly have any defense, so I'm just gonna like
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
much
just gonna
the
wait
story.
until one day this is forgotten.
Oh, and later we find out on Pep Boys, it's they listed both models, but on Rock Auto, the website that we actually ordered the headlight bulbs from, not sponsored, please sponsor us. There was actually a little symbol on the listing of all the 9006s that said it was for the Mexican variant of the Honda Accord.
And
That's
Honda
probably the
Accordo.
problem.
Yeah, so like now we know what to look out for on that Rock Auto website, but Pep Boys didn't list any difference at all.
Because Pep
No.
Boys is Pep Boys, and they want your money.
That boys is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flex Seal, bro.
Pep Boys, the advantage of that is just, and advanced auto parts, all that stuff. We're really dropping a lot of name brands today.
We are.
No, but they have a lot of stuff in stock, and that's really what you're paying for. You're paying for the cost of retail employees and like the space, the lights that they're running, things like that.
Yeah, because it's
If
not
you
like
order off a place online like Rock Auto, it's it comes from all different warehouses. You can order 3 different things. It comes from 3 different warehouses.
it's just sitting in warehouses. Exactly. So it's just like,
And Rock Auto actually has very little customer support really set up, too. So they save money that way to give you a better price.
I did not know that.
it works. As long as their parts work, they don't need customer service.
Well, yeah, but some things like like antifreeze. In my case, once got broken in the mail, so it was a little bit of a hassle. It was more of a hassle to go through, compared to like picking it off a store shelf.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the hassle for like exchanging something.
Or something gets damaged in shipping, or it doesn't work.
Exactly. Yeah.
But headlights go out on cars all the time. That's not really reflective of the quality of a manufacturer. But let's talk about some reliable and not reliable
Ooh,
cars,
boy.
because I just decided to put on the
I
list.
mean, I'm not the one who suggested it in the initial.
No, Colin suggested this idea. So,
I
what
did.
did you want to discuss about in terms of reliability?
Really, just what car brands are the best for not only reliability but just what you get out of some cars. Because all cars have their own like pros and cons, like how good their interface is,
So you're
how
talking
good
about
they
value,
drive, value,
value
yes.
and reliability.
Value, reliability, yeah. Features, looks, speed.
Yeah. So in terms of reliability, it's sort of known that like Toyota is the king. Honda's known to be extremely reliable too, but at this point, I would say that reliability, you can determine it from the past, but right now, I think the reliability of brands can really change. And in the case of Honda, with one of their engines, the 1.5 liter turbocharged engine, they had problems called oil dilution. Pretty much gasoline gets past the clearance of the parts inside the engine, the pistons, and it gets mixed in with the engine oil.
Wait. What?
So pretty much engines are all moving parts. To
Yeah, I get
oversimplify
that,
this,
but I didn't know that they
Yeah,
mixed
so-
it in with the engine oil. Okay.
Yeah, so well, pretty much the reason it's doing this, it's these newer cars have direct fuel injection, which pretty much means fuel is sent in at really like high pressures, and that's better for like fuel economy and power and that kind of thing. And these 1.5 liter turbocharged ones, I just mentioned they're turbocharged. It means air is being forced inside of the engine, to make more power, more air, more fuel, more power. So high pressure fuel and this high pressure air is it's pretty much causing the fuel to slip by inside the engine. And over time, this can cause the gasoline to mix with the oil, and and that means the oil can't lubricate the parts as well,
It's no bueno.
and that's not good. So it's yeah, no, I believe was it Toyota? I believe it was Toyota. They recalled a bunch of fuel pumps in their cars. I don't want to spread misinformation. Let me look it up. Yeah, there was a 1.1 million vehicles.
What year was this?
It was pretty recently in the past. Well, the Hondas, I believe they introduced that engine like 3 years ago. But I'm actually reading the article here. 1.5 million vehicles was actually added to an existing recall about fuel pumps. So in Toyota's case, this is
I mean, I will say
cars
I
in the
will
past few
say
years.
for Toyota, like their cars lost a while. Like everybody had a Corolla for like
I know I mentioned
7 to like 9 years. It was crazy. More than
Dude,
that.
more than
It's
that.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're known for being the kings of reliability, but in this case, a fuel pump. Fuel pumps are pretty important. If you don't have a fuel pump working, then your engine's just gonna die while you're driving. You know. So,
Yeah,
that's a big reliability
also
concern.
not good.
So it's and also you have to consider that a lot of manufacturing is being done overseas, meaning that like for example in the new Corvette, known to be like an American brand, well the transmission is made in Germany or I believe it's Germany or some other area in Europe, but yeah, a key part of the car, it's not made in the United States, so countries of origins and manufacturers are also being switched around for individual components. And you also have to consider that there are also partnerships between car companies. Like the new Toyota Supra is built in Germany at a BMW plant and uses BMW parts.
Yeah. It looks like a BMW with the Toyota logo slapped on it. And that's pretty much what it is.
And also the Toyota 86 and the Subaru BRZ are the same car. It was built by Toyota and Subaru. So there's also cases like that. So in terms of reliability, it's hard to say unless a car is proven to be reliable or has like parts made that are in-house from a company that's known to be reliable. And even then, there's still these recalls. Like I mentioned, the fuel pumps from Toyota and the problems with the engines in the Honda. So it's really hard to say. All car companies have their problems and recalls, but definitely Toyota and Honda make some of the best cars in terms of reliability still.
Yeah, I think it's always a good rule of thumb to try and purchase cars that have most of the cars like parts built either in-house or by other reliable companies. You know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned.
Of course.
Yeah, like to be honest, I wouldn't trust like the Corvette. How the transmission didn't really last that long. Although then again, it's a Corvette. You don't really know about the General Motors parts. But yeah, just that's an example. That's a performance car, so reliability isn't really a concern in that kind of case. But yeah, if a part or even car is known to be outsourced to a different company, it's good to keep note of that.
Ben, I have a question. Why is Ford trash now? Like, what happened to Ford, man?
Dude, Ford stands for Found on Road Dead.
Has Ford ever been like good?
Well,
I feel like the newer Fords are better, if anything.
Fords have been kind of hit or miss in terms of reliability. Like I know that I know someone with a Ford Explorer from 2002, I believe it was. It's got 180,000 miles on it, and the engine transmission are completely solid. They run great. That's in terms of powertrain and that kind of thing. But I know in it was 2012. There was a huge issue with I believe it was their Fiesta. It was called their Power Shift transmission. Those had major problems. Really costly. Like it's really embarrassing of a company.
Did it just keep breaking?
To make something that unreliable.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, pretty much Ford's history has been kind of hit or miss with the quality and longevity of their vehicles.
Did not know that. I always like just wondered because Ford was just a major innovator in the very beginning of like.
It's been kind of hit or miss because for example, the Crown
yeah.
Victoria.
Sorry, you cut out for me, and I thought you were pausing.
Like the Crown Victoria, yeah. Okay, the Crown Victoria, which is the the cop car, the cop sedan. That that car is known to be extremely reliable, also, and has very little issues. Which you better make a good car if the government's buying a bunch of them off
This
you.
is so true.
But models like that, it's a Ford, but it's known to be extremely reliable and parts are readily available and that kind of thing.
I mean, like whenever I'm driving a car, like all that really matters to me is that like it moves and that it will last me a bit, and like handling is also a really good plus. But many of the features are just a really nice bonus. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that if you're going out to purchase a car, I believe it's important to do your research. You know, if for example, if like the 2000, I believe it's the 1998 to 2002 Honda Odyssey, those have major transmission problems. It's 2 a.m. I'm tired. It's 2:30.
Aren't we all?
Like that. Like I would say, like that's a car to kind of stay away from. Like I wouldn't say outright reject it if you get a good one that's coming your way, but you know I would rather go for like a 2003 or beyond model, you know, just because of a better transmission. You know, things like that to look out for.
Hey, Colin.
Yeah, no car brand's perfect.
What are some features that you would like in a car?
I mean, I pretty much the basic stuff. Like, I mean, you know, drives, of course, well, but then just the small things. I don't know, like HD radio. I like HD radio, sunroof, USB audio. Like, I can't think of much that's crazy. I guess in like my ideal car, it would have like Apple CarPlay, backup camera, all that kind of stuff. But there's nothing crazy I could think of, maybe besides maybe like a heads-up display, maybe even. But like that's kind of much. But remote start, that's kind of cool.
The biggest like quality of life
crazy
upgrade that I can think of is presets for like seats and mirrors. I think I talked to Colin about this earlier. Like I think like this week.
I actually have preset seats, but I don't have preset mirrors. Like they are great. It is great. Sometimes
you're saying that like that's a new feature. My 1992 Acura Legend has that for the driver.
My 2017 Honda CR-V doesn't. Stupid.
It really just has to do with what
the Acura has two profiles too. Yeah. Two memory presets.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Honda. I have. God damn it.
It has to.
It's just because it's a higher end car, even though it's 1992.
Yeah, it's still like not like, you know. They're like the middle.
It really depends on what brand.
Yeah, like luxury. It's like luxury, not
premium.
Well, they have a high performance car called the NSX. That's a supercar. But other than that, their cars are more like, you know, luxury oriented.
Colin, are you still playing GTA?
Yeah, I mean, Acuras have always had like features.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just been moving cars between garages. But Acuras have always just been those cars that you could find one from like 20 years ago that has more features than a brand new Honda. It's like a base model. It's crazy. Yeah.
Just because it's, you know, it's the higher end trim and that kind of thing. They always reserve for the high end trim, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, you know, even today, you know, and base models of new cars are gonna have manual seats, you know.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Like, you know what I kind of miss? I miss
definitely base models like my sister's Hyundai Elantra doesn't even have power seats. It has the mechanical seats. Yeah, exactly. Completely manual.
They reserve that kind of thing for all the base model, just to bring the price down, you know, so they can say like this car starts at, let's say, 30,000, but then to get all the features that you would actually want could easily be 35, 36, you know, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
You know what I miss in cars? I miss crank windows. Like, unironically, I miss those. They were like weirdly fun.
Josh, you like just cut out as on the call as you said like the thing that you missed.
I miss crank windows.
Okay.
Because they were so much
really
fun.
That sounds awful.
They were so much fun.
I've never used a crank window in my life.
You are so privileged.
The 92 Acura has power windows.
Congratulations.
Even if
four of them don't work, I have to figure that out probably.
Any car I was in with crank windows, I probably don't remember existed because I was probably too young.
That's probably the master switch, but yeah, power windows do have their fair share of problems after a while.
That is true.
and crank windows. All they have to do is like spray some WD-40 in there. I don't know.
That is true. Yeah, some of the newer stuff doesn't always work.
That's the problem when most things are
Some
automated.
of
You know
the
what I'm saying? One little thing goes wrong, and it's all.
Well, no, a lot of cars have the electric steering wheels now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing about that is the weight, because features like that, they add up, and newer cars, along with safety features, have, well, mostly because safety features, but also because of luxury features, increase the weight of the car, which also decreases the fuel economy.
Yeah, you told me
You know?
about this actually.
Know what I'm saying?
'Cause like the weight just like guides it, right?
Yeah. So like for example, the Honda Civic from the 90s. Let me look this up so I got my facts completely right. But the fuel economy is rated for 44 city, 51 highway. For a base model Civic, you know.
It's crazy.
To bring to an example, a Prius isn't that much more. It's a 2020 Prius gets 58 city and 53 highway. So it does get a lot more in city just because of the electric motor. But highway 53 versus 51 on a 25-year-old car, you know? And that's just because the Honda Civic weighs like
Probably like 2 tons.
actually I'm still reading about this now. Yeah, the Honda Civic weighs 2,000 pounds. Yeah, 2,000 pounds, while the Prius is 3,000. Yeah. Yeah, so the Prius weighs 30% more, and even though it has all these high-tech hybrid features, the smaller has a small engine, it has the electric assist. Honda still got pretty close to that in the 90s with a lighter car. I'm just giving Honda Civic as an example, just because that's what I know. And let me see what the Toyota Corolla was rated for actually. Because it should be.
And I would listen to you.
Batteries are
teach your class
heavy.
about
That's
cars
another part of
literally
it.
any day.
And big batteries are heavier. That's why Teslas handle so well.
Yeah, the Corolla wasn't as good at 34 miles per gallon highway. That's probably due to other factors such as aerodynamics and that kind of thing. And
I really want to try a Tesla.
aerodynamics are a big factor too. And the Corolla is 2,300 pounds, so that is significantly heavier too. That counts for a decent amount of weight.
Wait.
But, just fuel economy could have been achieved. Was achieved, I should say, 25 years ago, even more, just because cars were lighter and had less features.
And that is Ben's TED Talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is my TED Talk.
All right. Do you guys want to transfer over to the hypothetical, or do you want to talk about the discussion? What would you like to do?
Should we leave the hypothetical? Should we leave the hypothetical to the end?
Let's do that for the end. If you don't like the way it is, let us know in the comments or whatever this is on, because this is on most platforms.
This is on everything. All right. So Colin, what are you doing right now in GTA?
Driving.
So you're driving, you know? So, just looking around, what do you see?
Trees. A couple other cars. The road. Grass.
Now you see, if you're playing, let's say, Xbox 360 level graphics, or at I wouldn't. Let's not talk about frame rate right now, but let's say you're playing at a lower fidelity. Let's say maybe shadows were gone, you know, that kind of thing. Trees had low textures. There was no ground cover. Would you say that your immersion would be lost?
I would say no, because
No, how important is like the world to you, in
Good
sort of
job,
like immersing you, how the world looks.
I think it's very important. But I don't think the game is, how do I say this? Like, for example, like playing games on Xbox, 30 frames per second, medium graphics, that was fine. And I guess it's much better on PC. And it was just fine on Xbox, but I feel like if I went back to playing games on Xbox, it wouldn't be the same. Just because I'm so used to this.
I know what you're saying, but yeah.
I think a lot of how good a game is has to do with the story, like Red Dead Redemption
I
2.
understand like the story elements and that thing, but in my opinion, that the actual graphical fidelity of a game can assist in the kind of immersion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I
Like sort of
agree.
like how real it feels. You know. And of course, games can be great with the a minimalistic art style. Like I know that
Celeste
Celeste is a really great game. You know, it's based on that. Yeah, based on
I'll
that retro
remember
art
that.
style.
But finish your point.
Or
I'll
like,
get back to you on that.
Yeah, or even a higher end game like Breath of the Wild. You know, it was the game was built for a Wii U. It was ported to Switch, but yeah, it was built for a Wii U. So like textures are pretty are pretty muddy, and geometry is pretty basic. And but it's just like a great game. I really love playing it. I think that graphics are a key part to the can be a key part to the actual immersion of the world that you're actually in.
I
mean,
think
there-
the best type of graphics are the types that you don't even notice. Let me use this as an example. When you're watching a movie in 60 frames per second, you can notice every little movement. Like because I grew up on 30 frames like my entire life. As soon as I saw 60, I'm like, I feel like I'm seeing a reality show. But when you're playing 60 frames in
Exactly.
a video game, it just feels natural because it's enhancing your like vision of the game and your mobility for certain games. Certain
Yeah, especially if you're gonna be looking around really fast.
yeah,
you
like
know?
also like refresh rate when you're like jutting around. Like even like, I think the most important thing to a video game is gameplay. And then if you're talking about,
Yeah, that is like.
and then
that
I
is a
think
key
after
part.
that like is really like, graphics don't really matter to me that much. Like for instance, okay, I got GTA on my laptop. Okay, I could
yeah.
barely run it, so I have to dial down the settings. The frame rate stutters. There's a lot of popping, but I don't really care because the game is just fun to mess around with. Games like Celeste,
That's true.
like I think excel in that, because even though it's 8-bit, because like that's not really the point.
It excels in a minimalistic
And
art
it
style.
also
you
the
know?
point
Yeah.
of the main appeal of Celeste is the gameplay and the difficulty, speed running, the story. Celeste is a really good story. Like some of that stuff doesn't matter to me. I grew up on like freaking old consoles. Graphics don't matter to me. So long as the game is consistent enough, I don't really care.
You know, I understand your point with all of that. You know, I have plenty of fun with older games. You know, that kind of thing. A lot of the GameCube era. I kind of think, but in my opinion, that if a game's art style is trying to be realistic and the graphics are incredible, it can add to the immersion. But you know, if the gameplay sucks, then like good graphics
Can
are
you
not
give me
going
an
to make up
example?
for that. A good yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to. Battlefront 2. The new Battlefront 2 looks freaking amazing. Like it looks everything, all the environment, the all the characters and everything, all the models, terrain, it looks amazing. It looks great. It looks like actually like from a Star Wars movie. It looks really faithful and everything. But the original is so much better
was
in
waiting
terms
for
of
the but.
gameplay. That yeah, as in like no, pretty recently I started playing it again. Like I'm not touching the the new one. The old one just plays so much better, cause it plays like. But you know, just cause in the new one it favors realism in relative to gameplay.
No, but I do
you
get
know?
your point. Like some certain
In
like
the
certain
math.
games are like unplayable now. If you try and play GoldenEye 64, that game is unplayable. But if you play it on PC with keyboard and mouse, 60 frames, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather.
Like, yeah, the new Battlefront looks so good, but the gameplay just sucks compared to the original.
Okay. Here's something that I just thought of when you mentioned Battlefront. A game like a game's graphics that can really immerse me or blow me away. An example would be Assassin's Creed. Okay, when I first saw that, it blew me away. However, the story and the like is really bad, and the gameplay is like, depending on the game you're playing, it could be really mediocre. It feels like budget Arkham. That's like a really rough way of saying it. It's either that, like, or it feels like just trailing missions. Other than that, the game looks awesome. But like, it depends on the installment.
I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed 3.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and it's I didn't get that far into the story at all, but actually roaming through the streets of 1700s Philadelphia.
Represent.
Yeah, that was really cool. But I'm not sure. Do you know more about the story? Is it just kind of like shoehorning in these sort of assassin characters into these historical
it's like
events?
you are like in a virtual environment. Like I'm just like, you had the opportunity to just place us into this area. Why can't we just be regular historical people? You don't have to add this whole story about like, oh crap, what's this like organization? Oh, I forget what it was called. But no, I completely get what you're saying. However, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is just so much fun that like my other problems with it, like roaming the seven seas, like being a pirate is just so much fun. Exploring is like, it's not really like, I wouldn't complete the game because it's not worth it, but just like I can have fun with it, and it's crazy because I feel like I'm really like a pirate in the Caribbean, not the Pirates of the Caribbean, but
Black Flag was a good game. I didn't play it enough. I'd have to play it again on PC if anything, but it was just fun to just mess around because it was like everything was just so well themed. It's like Red Dead Redemption 2, if I talk about anything else. But that game, it's like the same thing. It's just you're so immersed into it. Everything's just themed around the time period.
I've never played Red Dead.
And it's amazing.
But it looks amazing. I will say, Red Dead 2 looks really good.
It looks good, and the story is just crazy. Like I've never played. I never really played games like that besides Grand Theft Auto 5, and I had played the story mode like one time. But I played through the whole story of that game. Like I think I played through the beginning of it, and then the rest of the whole story in like a week. I played like 8 hours each day because it was just, I couldn't stop playing that game. I could not put the controller down because I played that on Xbox. It also looks so good. The graphics are crazy. It looks like real life.
I have a question. So I grew up basically on like very minimal stories, like rescue the princess. That's it. And save this land. What was
your princess is another castle?
First like real like like your first like moment in gaming, which had like a really good story. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit,
Wii Sports.
GTA? Well, I mean, I actually really in the beginning would be like Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, because that has like black holes and shit. Right. That's still like the same like story. No, like
is it like actual like just like story? So like, I'm just thinking about it. The first thing that like really stuck out to me like that I remember, Super Paper Mario.
Yes.
Had a good story. Had a really good story.
Love that game. So underrated. So underrated.
Dude, hello, welcome to Super Paper Mario.
Every Let's Player ever.
Yeah. Yes.
What game really got me into the story?
Dude.
I mean, Mario Sunshine was different from every Mario game, but
Yes, that was a reference.
But what reference? That completely went over my head.
Dude, I made a reference.
I guess I'm gonna have to listen back in the episode to try and pick it up.
Oh no! Me saying hello.
Is that a Shogun Connor reference? Damn it!
No, I'll show you the reference after this.
Okay. But I think RPGs really got me into stories. The first like real RPG I played was like, I guess Fire Emblem Awakening. That game had a really good story. That was a really good game. I did not expect anything that came from that game, but it was really good. Alright, so do you guys want to tackle our last discussion, then hypothetical?
That sounds okay.
All right.
So we're talking about how video games have often like had these like groundbreaking, really immersive stories that just kind of blow our minds. And it's a good thing to discuss. Like, how is this different from just regular cinema? And I think one of the like most important like ways is that you are actually part of the story. Like, you are playing it. You make your choices, and that's what dictates it from movies. Ben, you got anything to say?
Yeah, it's this topic. It's I believe that games, and especially in recent years, but this is dating back to like you sort of think like probably Half-Life in the 90s, late 90s. Yeah, storytelling has become a huge part of many video games, and sort of like trying to immerse you in the world with various real-time events and cutscenes and that kind of thing. And in my opinion on that is a game can make you a lot more immersed in the environment, because like you're controlling the character, and these cutscenes are sort of like a reaction, or sort of like an introduction, or can be an introduction to the things you've done or are going to do in game. So it's like you are part of the story.
About, like, quick time events, sort of like the Tomb Raider Uncharted series. Is that what you're referring to, or just
I'm sort of talking about like cutscenes, like cutscenes or in-game like events.
Okay. Oh yeah, or like random occurrences where you can choose to do something, or like the honor system in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, it'll impact how people act around you, how people think of you, what people say about you, and like at the end. It's a lot
like that, that in-game dialogue or little cutscene or even big cutscene that happened because of something that you just did or something that you were going to do,
I think a really good thing about video games is also like multiple endings. I think that's really underrated. I was talking about multiple endings, like how it could be a good ending, bad ending, true ending, cliffhangers to other games.
Yeah. That could be kind of annoying, in certain cases if you really want to complete the game,
Sonic Heroes.
But yeah, for the example of I won't get into many spoilers, but in the case of Persona,
Okay, go ahead.
No, I won't spoil it too bad. But yeah, pretty much you have decisions to towards the end of the game, and that can sort of dictate how the game ends.
Like who you like your confidants?
No, not necessarily confidants. It's part of the main story of It's a very obvious decisions you can make, but you can like purposely choose an undesirable ending.
Well, like in terms of like movies, I think some ways that they break the norm makes it even better. Like, do you guys remember when Bandersnatch came out? Okay.
No.
So on Netflix, there's an original series called Black Mirror, and it's trippy as hell. It's like a modern Twilight Zone. It's really good. I hope you check it out. But there's a 3-hour a special on it called Bandersnatch, and it's an interactive movie, and you make the choices on where it goes. And it was really freaky, but it was also really fun to do.
What, like Dragon Slayer?
What?
What, like Dragon Slayer?
Oh yeah, it was like a choose your own adventure, and like you can check out, like it checks off where you went, so you can explore all the different routes. In total, it's like 4 or 5 hours, but it was really fun the first time. Like, it was crazy because I did it with my family, like in my family room. It was crazy. Another like good example of like movies breaking norms is like Clue. Clue had 3 different endings in a murder mystery. It was like a goofy movie, but like the fact that it had 3 different endings that are all plausible, it just blew my mind. So I think like
that's really cool.
So I think that the finishing aspect of movies can be as like impactful or like mind-blowing as video games, but obviously you're in the video game, so there's a big disconnect when you're watching a movie versus a video game.
Yeah, video games could have more like more freedom of choice. Like another example I just thought of was this isn't necessarily a movie, but the visual novel, originally visual novel, Steins Gate. Um, you know, throughout the game, there were a variety of endings, but in the anime adaptation, they only showed the true ending pretty much. So they sort of didn't have a choice. The other endings kind of got lost in translation.
Colin, you got anything to add, or else I'm gonna butt in here.
Games with multiple endings. I can't really think of any, but I mean, I guess while we're talking about stories, I also like the Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy type game. Even though the stories, I guess, aren't. I guess that's not completely related to the topic because they're not movie-like stories, but they're just fun.
Well, in the case of Mario Odyssey, it doesn't really have that big of a story, and it thrives more on its gameplay and the different areas that it has in the game.
I like
collecting
that.
stuff.
Possibilities.
Big.
That's what like really drives it. Like it's this whole world that you're exploring. I think that's like the story. You know what I'm saying?
On like this as like the main story, it's extremely basic. But yeah, the fun and everything lies in like areas you explore and the things you collect.
Yeah.
It's less story driven, that kind of thing.
I'm
definitely.
gonna like talk on movies for a second because I think certain ways that movies dictate things like camera work, shadows, framing, video games can look gorgeous, but I know a couple of movies that almost every single shot is like a piece of art. Like Joker is a really well directed, well shot movie. And I don't know how that would translate into a video game. Like it couldn't compare.
I understand. And like in pre-rendered cutscene, not sort of pre-rendered, but pre-animated cutscenes,
yeah.
and that kind of thing. Of course, you can dictate camera angles and that kind of thing. But in sort of like main gameplay and sort of action, you couldn't really demonstrate sort of the angles and everything that directors would want to like convey the emotions.
Yeah.
I think certain camera tricks also really impact like how you feel about a movie. Like certain movies like Birdman, 1917 are known for creating the illusion of a continuous shot, and that's a completely different experience. Some movies are sometimes first person, some movies are like found footage. There's a ton of different ways that people can use the camera to create emotion, create fear. I think it's mind-boggling. Even the use of color in movies is like mind-boggling. Like Wizard of Oz, Godfather. Those are the two that I could think of right off the bat. But both are completely different. Don't even get me started on soundtracks. Completely different beast.
That's for another episode.
Someone who's probably qualified in music. Any other thoughts about video games versus movies?
To be honest, at this point, I think my thoughts lie in the ethic question. Haha, it's not called that. No, hypothetical of the episode. So, Jesh, as this is your segment, would you like to read it?
Okay, sure. So I thought about this like about an hour before now, and I was thinking. So the hypothetical for this day's episode is that if you were able to read people's minds, like this is like a will you press the button? So say you have the ability to read people's minds. However, if you agree to that, everyone in the world can see every single previous thought you had. So would you be willing to let everyone see your every thought to be able to read minds?
No. Definitely not. Off the top of my head, I know I've thought some things I never want to get out because it would probably. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say I have like especially bad thoughts, but everyone has weird thoughts that they don't. Everyone thinks stuff, crazy stuff that would.
Something has always at least passed someone's mind that is at least disturbing or upsetting to someone,
Yeah, and it would upset
someone,
someone, and you don't want to ruin relationships with people.
But to To be honest, my opinion on this question is that it's a double negative. If you choose to read people's minds and other people read your minds, it's
Not
like,
what you're currently thinking.
I don't want to know
everything
what's in
that
someone
you
else's mind.
previously thought.
All right.
I would never want to know. If they want to say
I
something,
don't
tell me.
want to.
I know, but I
That's
wouldn't want to read
intrusive.
someone's mind. You know?
I don't want to know what people are thinking.
Those are their thoughts.
Yeah.
They're entitled to have their own privacy, like in some respect. And I don't know, not to get all sentimental there, but like
Sentimental.
seriously,
Yeah. Besides that, I just don't want to know what's going through. Their
I don't
mind.
want to know what's going through everyone's minds. I'm gonna find out something I don't want to find out.
Humans are like observant. They remember things. They learn.
Yeah, you
but, like,
think
we
stuff
also
all the
grow.
time, like all day.
Like I wouldn't want
at night when you're
I
showering.
wouldn't want every previous thought of mine to define me. I would want what I currently do to define me. Having that out in the open is like just invitation to cancel culture. But if people will always think weird things, but it is whether or not you act on it or do it. If you could read people's minds, you would go insane. I'm pretty sure you would go insane. You'd go crazy. So
I think so.
yeah, I mean, I would not do that ever. That's just me. Would you think it's like ethical if you could read someone's mind?
No, definitely not.
It
I don't even-
depends.
I don't even think it's.
And it's and I have good reason for this. I think that in cases of normal people, it is wrong to read their minds. You know, they've done nothing wrong and everything. But let's say there was someone who murdered someone. All right, right. You could find their motive, like what they were thinking. Right, what pushed them to do a crime. All right, if you think about it that way.
I get that. All right. Now, would you
I agree with that.
like would you be able to like not like be telepathic, but what if you could like transfer your mind into like a cloud and access people's like thoughts, like an interweb of thoughts?
I would want to do that with my own thoughts, to be honest. But I don't know about other people's. I just don't want to know.
think
with
that,
reading minds. Really.
We should ask
Yeah.
Elon Musk to set this up real quick. Set up
Yo,
the server.
Elon, set up this Discord server where I can implant my brain thoughts.
Neuralink, dude. Neuralink.
Yes, Elon, please be a special guest on here.
Oh, episode 3 of Unprofessionalism, with featuring Elon
we
Musk.
can't do that.
All right.
Yes.
Be realistic. Come on,
Hey,
man.
come on.
We
No,
gotta go
be,
big.
be hopeful.
I know what you're talking about.
No,
Be unrealistic.
Yeah, we can't
That's
do
more
that
fun.
because episode 3 we're having Kanye West, baby.
Oh, Kanye West.
Your silence concerns me.
Yo.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
about all we have for today. It is currently 3 a.m. Boys,
Yeah,
Boys,
we're all
I
really
think
tired.
we're all tired.
If you've made it, if you've made it this far, we're gonna try to record episodes earlier in the day so that we're not like, if our brains aren't like completely fried when we're trying to discuss about this kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah,
Thank-
that would be smart.
thank you for listening. I don't know. Have a good day.
Yeah,
If
and,
if you like this, share.
I will hopefully see you guys in the next
I
episode.
mean, this is fun.
Yeah.
We'll do more. Hopefully earlier in the day. Stay safe out there, guys. Wear masks. I don't know. Yeah.
Try not to spread COVID too much.
Trying to spread rumors.
Yeah, so that maybe we can actually like go outside. Maybe.
Don't get doxxed or
Okay.
canceled. And yeah,
But that's in a
Cancel
future
culture.
episode.
Once we're famous,
Maybe.
when we can get canceled, and be like, cancel culture's stupid.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just don't
I
have a
think
Twitter.
cancel's like an accomplishment. People care enough.
No, you're successful enough that people want to ruin your success. That's what cancel culture is.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
a sneak peek of the next episode. Okay, yeah.
All right,
That's it.
that is it.
All right, good night.
You know,